how long should SEO take for my home service business? You're asking this question because there's a kernel of doubt in the back of your mind. The person who's taking care of your SEO for you, you're wondering if they're yanking your chain or if they're actually on track. You might be getting a little bit of cold feet. You might be locked into a contract, and you're just wondering, like, am I in for a ride, or is this really going somewhere? And so in this video, I'm going to help you understand where you're at with your current provider. And then you'll know pretty quickly whether they're yanking your chain or they got your back. So I'm going to help you understand and set the right expectations for what should be going on. Now, I recognize there's a lot of variables, and there's things that I don't know of that are going on right now. But I can at least give you some benchmarks and some things to look for and listen for that might help you know where you're actually at. So let's jump into it. I got 2 frameworks to share with you. Okay, the first one's going to help you understand the flow of really any marketing campaign and how you should expect it to go. So you kind of see yourself in this. And the second one is I'm going to give you the framework that we deploy SEO at Digital Harvest so you can understand which of these 4 phases is my current agency or provider currently working through. Because if they're still working on phase 1 and you're like 8 months in, then clearly you'll know there's a problem. So the first thing I want you to understand is this framework. All right, it's that first we start with visibility of your business. Your visibility goes up. Then you experience more conversions. You get more leads, right? More eyeballs turn into phone calls. You get more leads. And then third, you get more sales. You get more revenue, right? And so you can't expect to get more revenue without impressions going up first, right? If people don't know you exist, how could they pay you? You can't expect to get more revenue if you're not getting more leads. If more leads aren't coming in, then you're not going to get more revenue. So I want you to think about this, because when it comes to search engine optimization, it takes a minute for Google to recognize the work that you did. But it doesn't take an eternity like people will lead you to believe. Now, it is true that you can make changes today that don't take effect or get recognized by Google for months. But a search engine optimization agency that is always building day in and day out doesn't need to wait months for you to have results. Because first they build the visibility. But they don't just build it once and move on. The visibility continues to mount. As your visibility reaches a particular threshold with each individual page that's getting served up to a new visitor, then you convert those visitors into leads. They actually call you. They actually fill out a form on the website, right? You work more leads. You work with your staff on handling leads and scheduling and so forth. You get more revenue. You get more sales, okay? So let's apply that to the actual steps, the phases that a proper SEO company will take in order to build your visibility, to translate that to new leads and phone calls, to help you translate that into more sales and revenue. So the first thing that a company will come in and do, and by the way, it's obvious, I think, but maybe should be said, a brand new business that has no presence online is going to take longer to establish than one that's already been around for a couple years or a decade or more. Okay, so you will be able to go faster with everything with an established brand, period. The first phase of an SEO campaign is going to be to fix what is broken. Okay, fix what is broken. So there's technical things that we see on websites all the time, like the site takes a long time to load, or there's buttons and things that are broken on there. Maybe there's broken links in the back that you can't see that are affecting things. There's all these technical things that need to get fixed and cleaned up with a new SEO provider, right? There's just always something that was missed. And so for us, a lot of times we know that's going to take us 30 to 60 days at the most. At the most, okay? Usually 2 to 3 weeks. The broken stuff fixed totally. Then there's all these other things, right? But that's all done in the first 30 to 60 days, period. Okay, all your directory listings being updated and so forth, you'll hear about that. That's happening phase 1, and then that's just done. Okay, phase 2 is building out the foundation. So I've mentioned this in other videos. I'll put them in the description below this one. There's reasons why competitors outrank you. There's reasons why it's just not performing as well, and that's addressed in stage number 2. You build out the foundation. Okay, you build out more content, more service pages. There's other things that need to be on your website to build the foundation correctly, to then launch from. Okay, so while a business is building out, an agency is building out the foundation for you, this might take another, in total, 90 days max. If they've got 15 pages to build for you, they can do everything the right way in the first 60 to 90 days and build out the foundation, the core. Now, it doesn't mean you have to wait that long for a result. It just means that they're building through that, and then they reach the third phase. So the foundation is making sure you have all the service pages and all these city pages for your company. Every area that you work in and the service that you do in those areas. The third phase is to close the gaps. So this is when the foundation is built, your agency or whoever is going to look at what your competitors are doing and how they're ranking for things. They'll fill in all of those gaps. They'll create pages, blog posts, other things on your website to fill those gaps so that they can compete equally with your competitors. Okay? Now, depending on the scale of your market, they could spend 6 months to 18 months filling all the gaps. Depends on the competition. Right? I have a client right now that's, in a major market, HVAC company, closing in 8 figures soon. The gaps that they have between the other legacy businesses in their area, okay, are smaller than the startup that's been in business for 4 years and is still getting going. All right, to compete with the one I just mentioned. The fourth phase, this is after all this is done. You might be in year 2, year 3 with a business. We'll be optimizing to maximize. So all the gaps have been filled. So then what are all the tweaks that can be done on all the little individual pages to get more out of them than was previously done? These are the 4 phases, right? So people are talking about making all the little tweaks and stuff to the website before they've fixed what's broken, built the foundation and stuff. They're doing things out of order. What's most important is building up the foundation and then closing gaps. That's where they spend the most time. And so hopefully in watching this video, you have a good understanding of, what are the activities that they're reporting on or saying that they're doing right now? Does it sound like they match up with these phases? Did they fix everything that was broken in their first analysis in that first 30 days? Site speed, broken links, things like that. In phase 2, the foundation, that should have been done in 90 days. Okay, did they build out all new service pages for me? Were there new pages getting added? That's the question, right? Were there new pages getting added? Or were they building a bunch of blog posts? Because if they're doing a bunch of blog posts before they build all the service pages, they're doing things out of order, right? There's a good chance that the strategy is out of place, right? So what I'm trying to do is help you see where you might be in all of this. If you're still having a hard time, I can help you. You can look in the description below this video, find a link to jump on my calendar, and I can look at it with you. We do a lot of third-party audits of other people's SEO and Google campaigns. And we can see right away if things are on the right track or not. I can do contract reviews, and look at what's been promised to you, and then look at what's being done and let you know, are they doing what they say they would be doing? Or is this contract really ambiguous, and you're just kind of on the line for ambiguous answers, ambiguous results. And that's the case a lot of times too. But I can save you the time, the headache, the heartache, or perhaps just give you new hope for a future with a better strategy and follow-up than you've experienced before. Because it does exist. Good service does exist. You deserve to have it. It just takes giving things a second chance. And it might be with a different person. Now, with that being said, if you have questions, comments, stuff, put them in the comments below. We got tons of resources for you on the rest of the YouTube channel. I encourage you to check them out. With that, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you like this one, you'll love some of the other videos we have posted here on our channel that help blue-collar business owners get more out of their digital marketing. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos. If you got questions or comments, post them below. I look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye for now.